This is the second video for 10.7, so if you didn't watch the other video on 10.7, watch that one first. On that video, I explain what polar coordinates are, which is really important as we go through this video. So in this one, we're going to be looking at converting back and forth from polar to rectangular. So these are your conversion equations. If you are starting with a polar point, which to recap that is in the form r theta, and you're trying to go to a rectangular point, xy, you would use these equations. So you would know r and theta, you would find x and y. Going backwards then, you would need to find theta and r, so you would use these equations. So tangent of theta is y over x, solve for theta. If x is negative, which we'll kind of talk about, we're going to make sure that we add theta to our answer. R squared then is x squared plus y squared. Okay, so let's start looking at a few examples. So we are going to convert, this is a polar point, to an exact rectangular point, or these polar coordinates to rectangular coordinates. I know this is a polar coordinate point because pi over 6 is symbolizing an angle for theta. So this is r and theta, and we need to find x and y. So x is r cosine theta. I'm going to substitute in. So square root of 3 cosine pi over 6. And we want exact point, so square root of 3 cosine pi over 6 exactly, thinking about your unit circle, is square root of 3 over 2. So I'm going to put that over 1, multiply. Square root of 3 times square root of 3 is just 3. And 1 times 2 is 2. So I get that x is 3 over 2. Y is r sine theta. So square root of 3 sine pi over 6. So square root of 3 sine of pi over 6 is 1/2. So if I multiply that out, I get square root of 3 over 2, and that is my y value. So now let's actually put it into a coordinate point. So 3/2 and square root of 3 over 2 would be the coordinate point. This point and this point, same exact point. All right, same thing. So I have r theta again. I'm going to convert it to exact rectangular coordinates. X is r cosine theta. So 2 times cosine of 5 pi over 3. 2 cosine of 5 pi over 3 is 1/2. So 2 times 1/2 is 2 over 2, or 1. So x is 1. Y equals r sine of theta. So 2 sine 5 pi over 3. 2 sine of 5 pi over 3 is a negative square root of 3 over 2. So I get negative 2 square root of 3 all over 2. 2 simplify out, leaving me with negative square root of 3. Okay, so then I get the actual coordinate point of 1 negative square root of 3. And kind of visualizing where this point is, positive x, negative y, that's down in quadrant 4. And if you think about where this point would be, quadrant 4, they are the same exact point. So you might want to kind of visualize where these points are to know that like you didn't make a mistake, didn't forget a negative, something like that. Now let's go backwards. So now I'm giving you a rectangular point, so an x and y, and we're trying to find r and theta. So let's start with theta. So tangent of theta is equal to y over x. So that means I have tangent of theta equal to 0 over 2, or tangent of theta equaling 0. So I'm thinking where on my unit circle is tangent equal to 0? And that is going to be at 0, at radians theta equaling 0. Okay, x is positive, so I'm not going to add anything to it. In this case, theta would be 0. Now we have r squared equals x squared plus y squared. So r squared equals 2 squared plus 0 squared. So r squared equals 4, and I take the square root, r is 2, and we just want the positive. So keep in mind when we write a polar coordinate, it's r theta. So my point is 2, 0. So in this case, 2, 0 and 2, 0, they're the same point. Imagine where it is. That makes sense. 0 radians would be the same as 2, 0 on the coordinate point. That's not always going to happen, but you will see that in some instances. Let's do another one then. So again, x and y, and we're going to find r and theta. So tangent theta is y over x, so that's going to be 1 over negative 1. So tangent theta is negative 1. Okay, so thinking where theta is going to be negative 1, and when we're thinking about like the inverse of tan, we're only looking in quadrant 1 and quadrant 4. So theta is going to be negative 1 at negative pi over 4 down in quadrant 4. Since my x value is negative, I'm going to add pi to it, and that's just going to ensure that I'm in the correct quadrant. For example, if we think about negative 1, 1, that's going to be in quadrant 2, but this angle of negative pi over 4, that's in quadrant 4. So I need to add pi to it to get it to this correct quadrant of quadrant 2 and not quadrant 4. So when I add pi to it, I get 3 pi over 4. So that's going to be my theta value. R squared is x squared plus y squared. So r squared is negative 1 squared plus 1 squared. 1 plus 1. R squared is 2, and r is the square root of 2. So then my point r theta, square root of 2, 3 pi over 4 would be in quadrant 2, which is where we want it to be. Okay? Now we're going to look at converting equations, simple equations. So this is a rectangular equation, y equals 8. I want to convert it to a polar equation so that it's in terms of r and theta. The way we're going to do that is just use our conversion equations. So I know y is equal to r sine theta. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace that y. Instead of leaving it as y, I'm going to make it r sine theta. So then I get r sine theta equals 8. Polar equations are typically solved for r. So in order to get r by itself, I'm going to divide by sine of theta. So then I end up with my r equals 8 over sine of theta. Thinking back to when we were looking at identities, I don't want to leave sine of theta in the denominator. That's the same as 8 times 1 over sine of theta, which would be the same as 8 cosecant theta. So my final equation is r equals 8 cosecant theta. This equation would be a line, and it's the same as this equation, just in a different coordinate system. Okay, let's do another one. So same thing here. Again, I have a rectangular coordinate equation, and I want to convert it to a polar equation. So I need to get rid of this x squared, y squared. Well, I know I can replace x squared, y squared with r squared. So I'm just making that substitution. I want it to be solved for r, so I'm going to take the square root of both sides. So r, square root of 144 is 12. So that's the polar equation to this rectangular equation. Okay? And last one, we're going to convert r equals 10 to a rectangular equation. So this is a polar equation, and we're going to make it rectangular. We're kind of going backwards of the one that we just did. So if I take r equals, I've got to get my pen back on. Here we go. If I take r equals 10, okay, I need to get that r to be squared. So I'm going to square both sides. That way I know what I can replace it with. Now that I made this r squared, by squaring both sides, I can replace that with x squared plus y squared. And 10 squared is 100. Okay, so this is the backwards of this previous example that we just did. So notice how that works backwards. Okay, and that's all for polar and rectangular equations. Of course, if you have any questions, send me an email or stop by my office hours.